do, certainly at the local level. Prop 2.5 was never meant to be like this, guys. When we did, people were so angry in 1980 that when we put in an override provision, the point of it was for an emergency, like a court judgment against a town or something. It never occurred to us that people would be passing overrides to give pay raises to teachers, to the unions. Never occurred to us that overrides would be used, but they are, and people are voting for them. Again, clueless people, people who don't get it, vote for overrides. So now the taxpayer groups are forming again, and they're starting to talk to each other, and we're doing everything we can to have you all talking to each other and helping each other. So the local groups have to hold on to Prop 2.5 and save us from property tax increases. Meanwhile, at the state level, Citizens for Limited Taxation is going to do the very best it can to hold on to Proposition 2.5 and to run our last chance this fall, the no re-election for tax hikers campaign. And then if all this works out after next year, maybe we can start to reclaim our Commonwealth and make it work again. Wow. So I hope you'll all join Citizens for Limited Taxation. I hope you go to our website. Chip Ford is here. He runs our website. Everything you need to know, if you want to be one of those who get it and you aren't already a member, go to our website. You can find anything you need there about Proposition 2.5, about what's happening at the state level. We even do some federal things. And as a member of CLT, you will always get it. And as active Republicans, you can help work with those candidates, and maybe among us all, we will save the Commonwealth. Thank you very much.
Does anybody have any questions? Well, please, go ahead.
Well, key is that you have to have someone to run against the incumbent. Mary Grant has not had anybody run against her for quite a while.
That's right. So the people in Beverly, I say, find yourself a candidate. This could be the year. And they always say the Republicans don't run candidates. Yes, they do. Mitt Romney in 2004 had a stable of candidates. We have a political action committee. We were supporting about 60 of them. Really good candidates going door to door, and good resumes, and local activists and people who knew them. And the voters voted against every one of them. Every one of them. I'm saying that I think this year, next year, of course, but heading into next year, people will finally see the connection between what's happening to them on taxes and happening to their economy and who they vote for. At that time, if the Republicans have a candidate, I'm hoping people will be angry enough that they'll vote for the viable candidates, strong candidates, and any other candidate. I'm even saying, look, if all you have is a communist running in the Democratic primary, fine. Tell everyone, vote for anybody but the incumbent who voted for tax increases. And then what you teach them will be, next year, they'll pay attention to the voters. So I hope Beverly will find a candidate against Mary Grant. And Elliot said that they have someone in mind.
We have one, but
it's early.
As of yet unannounced.
Well, it's still early. You just have to have the candidate before next April, because the legislature has protected itself by having the deadline in April. So if they want to come in May and June and raise taxes next year, too late to find a candidate. So find them now, keep them under the radar scope if you want now, but make sure come next April we have a candidate in every state rep district, every senatorial district where the incumbent raised taxes. Really? Any other questions?
Can I suggest a campaign slogan for the entire state?
Sure, Jack.
See the tax hikers call it Operation Tar and Feathers. I kind of like it.
It's your resume, Freddie.
Yeah.
Yes, Bruce Tarr is here, Senator Tarr, who slipped in at some point. One thing that's so important is to have those Republicans up there in the Senate and the House to get the roll calls we need to identify the tax hikers. I mean, people don't realize that they say, well, they're just a few of them. Without those few, we are in serious trouble. Now, they put on one terrific campaign and fight in the Senate on the budget debate, and I was watching it on my computer, and they just did a fabulous job. So I think it's time we have to appreciate the work that they do in there. The most important thing is they get us the roll calls, without which we don't even know what our state rep is doing. Yes.
I want to say, as part of the group, you are amazing for never giving up and inspirational to all of us.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Thank you. saw the voters say no to question 1, I thought, that's it, there is nothing I can do. So then, of course, the whole world starts falling apart, and then you think, well, I've got grandchildren, and we've got to try to save the world again. And so then you just keep going, at least for another year and a half.
We appreciate your work so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, everybody got one of these, and, you know, I'm not big on soliciting donations, but if anybody wants, Barbara took her time to come up